Is this for me, Paula? Why is this in front of my place? For the mayor.
What does it say? I didn't. Oh, okay, yeah.
We'll just leave that one alone. We're not recording yet, are we?
When Jim Wilcox, I used to sit next to him and Jim would get going, you know. And,
You are recording.
You are a board.
Okay,
I won't say anything then.
Come on over, girl. Come on in.
recording now, folks.
Never mind.
There you go. Hi. Hey. Are we waiting? Are we expecting anyone else, Paula?
No, Darcy is ill, Tracy, I believe is out of town, and Stacy Coburn has a one, but will be joining us.
Nice papers.
Uh-huh. I love it.
So I haven't come down to the Creative Cottage, other various places. Until Freeland.
Mhm.
So I would just go down and I'd say, what am I getting for Christmas? And they would say, well, you're gonna get this, this, and this, and they'd have it all wrapped and pick it up, pay the bill. I was happy. So I'll be down, see you. What you're gonna get for Christmas this year.
Well, since this is being recorded, your wife already knows.
Oh, yeah, well, she's not watching, I can guarantee that.
Not busted.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It looks like we have Stacy on Zoom, and that's it for now. Okay, great. Hi, Stacy. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order of the Columbia Gateway Urban Renewal Agency Board of April 19, 2022. So we'll start off. Will you help me with the roll call, Paula? Thank you.
Diana Bailey.
Present.
Stacy Coburn.
Present.
Tracy Dujic is absent. Lindsay Tremay. Present. Darcy Long is absent. Timothy McLaughlin.
Present.
Dan Richardson.
Present.
Janet Saldivar.
Present.
Kathy Schwartz.
Present. Stacy, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Oh, I like my microphone says the mayor. I kind of like that. Just call me honorable from, okay, never mind. All right. Dan, would you mind leading us in the pledge of allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Well done. Okay, I would like a motion for approval of the agenda.
Say I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I can second.
Thank you, Diana. Any further discussion, additions, changes to the agenda? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Chair votes aye. Thank you. Okay, Vice Chair, that is. All right, it looks like we have actually two sets of minutes to possibly approve, and we'll do them separately. We'll need a motion for each one. So has everyone had a chance to review those minutes okay? All right, I'll entertain a motion, please.
I'll move we approve the February 15th, 2022 minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 And Vice Chair votes aye. Thank you. And we'll move on to the March 15th minutes. Same drill. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the March 13th minutes, 15th minutes.
15th. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Vice Chair votes aye. You got Stacy? Uh-oh. Can you hear me okay? Pretty much? Okay. All right. Public comment. Still just seeing Stacy on Zoom. I'm sorry, I don't know the gentleman in the audience.
Josh Chandler.
I always say that, don't I? I have met you, but you had longer hair then. Right? No, maybe a hat. I always say,
Mask.
Josh, one of these days I'm gonna stop saying that. So, welcome. Okay. So I believe there's no public comments. So then we're gonna move right on into staff comments and project updates from Alice.
Honorable Vice Chair Schwartz and members of the board. Nice to be here, nice to be in person. And it's interesting, a few of you I haven't seen in person pretty recently, so but last budget committee meeting, so it's nice to be meeting again, even for a very short meeting. In terms of updates, we had a closing on Monday. Chair Long signed the deed for the 2 eastern storefront lots to Carlin and Wade Carpenter.
Nice.
So
That's great news.
it's very exciting. They will need to do some tenant improvements to both of those spaces prior to occupancy. So I will definitely talk to Mr. Carpenter and Carla about the opportunity to maybe have a ribbon cutting of some kind, but it will be anticlimactic if it's not. If you can't have ice cream, then it's not worth it. So anyway, we'll wait until a proper time to do that. But that is worthy of celebrations. You'll go by and look in the window and admire the really good 2 storefronts. The demolition is underway for the open air space, the one that there will be a little bit of space in the front that's closed for a bar and some seating area. And the rest will be open and accessible to the customers of the ice cream and candy shop, as well as the Last Stop Saloon. So very excited about the opportunities that present themselves. Mr. Carpenter is already working on some improvements he hopes to make to the Last Stop. He is coming in tomorrow, in fact, for his first hearing before the Historic Landmarks Commission to some elevation changes to the north side, the rear side of the building. So excited about that. He's looking at the opportunity to bring in residential units on the 2nd and 3rd levels. So more to come. That is going hand in hand, of course, with our incident program. So I think everybody's really getting excited about investing in our downtown. So that's happening. We're going to talk about the Tony's building, the incentive program. We will be back to you next month with a proposal for your consideration / approval. We believe that it addresses all the concerns that you raised at your last meeting. So we'll bring that back to you. And we already have 1 or 2 developers that are ready to go really shortly. So that would be the blue building as well as Anthony's project on the former Griffith Motor site right across from Sawyer's. So, stay tuned. I think 2022 is going to be an exciting year. First Street is humming along, and I'll have more information for you in the month or months on that. Let's see, ready, Chair, to move on to the next agenda item. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions?
None.
No?
I'm good.
Okay, then I guess we'll move on to board member comments or questions. Again.
I have none.
Okay. Wow, this is going to be a short meeting, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, all right. So we do have one action item, and so I'm going to let staff give us a little update on that. So is that, did I miss anything, or is that what
Yes,
we're
Vice Chair and members of the board, I am before you now seeking your, this is an action item, seeking your authorization to apply for a Business Oregon Brownfield Cleanup Fund grant in the amount of up to $400,000 to defray the total cost of the building demolition for our agency-owned property at 401 to 407 East 2nd Street, otherwise known as the Tony's Building. And as you know, last August, you authorized us to participate in the city's to be an applicant for the city's brownfield program, which that's through the EPA, and we have received about $60,000 worth of services on that grant. Really pleased that has resulted in a phase 1 environmental analysis as well as a heating oil tank renewal sidewalk that sits adjacent to the Tony's building on the west side of the building, Federal Street sidewalk there. So very pleased to report that there was no contamination around that heating oil tank, but it's out of the ground, so that's good. The next step, as we talked about, is the building demo. We talked about this at the budget committee meeting last week. The total cost estimate is $750,000. The lion's share of that is asbestos treatment. So we will very, very, very pleased with the support we've received from Business Oregon and the Brownfield cleanup program. We have an advocate in the agency that's going to advocate for us receiving up to $100,000. So really, I'm just asking your permission to apply for the grant. It's required in the grant application that we either have you sign the application or you authorize me to sign it. I think it's easier administratively to authorize me to sign it. So my recommendation to you is to move to authorize the Urban Renewal Agency Manager to sign the Business Oregon Brownfield Cleanup Fund grant application, requesting up to $400,000 in grant funds to assist with asbestos abatement and building demo at agency-owned property located at 41407 East 7th Street. That is printed on page 4953 in the packet. You are welcome to repeat that when you make the motion.
Okay, questions, staff?
The match is a percentage base, correct? We'd have to match on this application of the 400, right, for grants? Can't remember if
And it would be the remainder. It would be
350.
50,000.
Okay, so it's not based on percentage, it's based on what we'd end up owing. Okay, that's where I was getting confused, because most of those grants are usually on a percentage.
I want to thank Josh Chandler for helping with a lot of this work. Do you remember if there was a percentage grant match requirement? I don't
Okay.
think there was.
Yeah, I just was making sure, because most of those usually do, so if it doesn't, that's great. I'll take it.
I'm looking at the breakdown of federal infrastructure, and that's the EPA Brownfield project. It's $1.2 billion competitive grant, and it's 100% for certain activities. That's all it says.
Okay.
And it allows grants for brownfield projects and cleanups through the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation and Liability Act.
That's great. That's from your trip to Washington, D.C.
Actually, that is, and I have many more grant opportunities in here. So I'll give you a copy so you can make.
That's great. Thank you.
There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 agencies granting, and there's a considerable amount of money in Washington, D.C., and they're wanting to give a lot of money away, and we would like to get some of it.
Well, I would say because we are the recipient of that $600,000 grant, EPA grant for Brownfield Fund, that has all eyes are on the Dallas. And so if there are projects like the Tony's building or others, there will be a lot of support for us because of the work we're currently doing in our other grant. So that just puts us in a great position.
Next Monday, I'll be talking to a representative from a grant writing agency out of Washington, D.C. And they have an agency of multiple people that write grants professionally, and they have the networking in Washington. We'll see where that develops. I would like to recommend that we consider looking at merging with county and city and port. We'll look at the details and we'll find out the costs, but I would like to see us have the opportunity of hiring professional grant writers. If that doesn't work out, then we would look at entertaining a professional person that we would hire within our agencies to mutually use their skills.
Great idea, Tim. I think we had a demonstration from a grant writing agency just the other day in our management team meeting. I don't know if it's the same one, no.
I discovered Marta Cronin at the college was meeting with them, and there were 4 individuals. And I asked afterwards, what she was doing. I was curious. And she said that they had hired and they were writing grants, and look at the college and the number of grants that they're receiving right now. And it's amazing. So a lot of growth happening in one. Let's spread that
Spread
out.
the wealth, yeah. Yeah, I think the timing is good to have those conversations. I would have had them with Matthew, but it doesn't work for us anymore hardly, so.
Oh, that's good news.
Okay. Any other comments? It looks like we have an action item on the table. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the manager and to sign the brownfield cleanup grant?
I would be happy to, Vice Chair.
You want to make it bigger for you? Dan? There you go.
I'd move to authorize the Urban Renewal Agency Manager to sign the Business Oregon Brownfield Cleanup Fund grant application, requesting up to $400,000 in grant funds to assist with asbestos abatement and building demolition at the agency-owned property located at 401 through 407 East 2nd Street.
And I will second that.
Will that do for you? Okay, any further discussion or questions? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
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 And Vice Chair votes aye. Okay. I think, does that wrap us up? Really? Wow, okay, do I get to use this?
Chair Long did say that we have some refreshments.
Okay.
Chair Long, I just heard it, although she's sick tonight. Wish to have us do a little bit of socialize, just get to know one another. We can meet in person. So we have some refreshments and we would invite you to stay for a while to get to know. And you can finally know Josh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of it.
And
Put it in
Josh
my,
provides a lot of the work for our important work in the agency. So I want to thank you.
Thank you for your work.
so shall I officially adjourn the meeting? Can I do this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hit it.
I don't have one of these at the county
There's a
commission,
reason.
and I actually like one.
No, I said that publicly.
Did that feel good?
Yes.
Official.
You think Rich is gonna watch this meeting? We're not recording anymore, are we? Yeah, we are. Oh, wow.